Hi guys, you're tuned in to another Rappler Live Jam. I'm Amanda and tonight we are being joined by Bita and the Botflies. Hello. So we have Sophie on vocals, Ray on bass, Mark on drums, and Kevin and Rebel on guitars. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Rappler. How are you
Happy to be
doing?
here.
So, first things first, this is the first question I ask sa bands na, are being introduced. Why is your name Bita and the Botflies?
Well, Bita is Sophie's childhood name,
Mm.
and then she had it legally changed to so now. No, and then botflies are creatures that burrow under human flesh and then burst into
Right.
to being. Yeah. So
That's so dark.
uh,
Why?
No,
Why?
no. But the idea is that it's like. Well, but when you search botflies on YouTube, it has like 1 million views because people like seeing that stuff. So it's like slowing down when you see a car accident. So
Right, right.
So yeah.
And we were also hoping that our music would be because botflies lay eggs inside the human skin, and then it bursts and pops into a maggot. So we're
Yeah.
hoping our music would be embedded in someone's
Yeah.
the first time they hear it, and pretty soon they'd really go for it.
Yeah.
Actually, wala talaga kaming meaning. Pero dahil madalas tinatanong, pinilit namin.
I think it works naman. Naipilit niyo. So, and you guys came together in 2016. Can you tell us about how you guys formed?
It started with me and my dad.
Uh-huh.
Nagko-cover kami ng classic rock songs noon sa sala.
Yeah.
And then we invited our friends, si Mark and si Ray. And then later addition si Kevin.
You have a friend eh.
Ayun. And then,
Paano nasama si Kevin? Nag-audition ba kayo? Or like-
Yeah, actually, yeah. There was they asked me to come over and play with them, and then jam lang. And then that same night, these guys just put me on stage kaagad.
Wow.
Yeah, nabigla rin ako eh.
Pressure. And since then, so that was in 2016, and now you've been like gigging all over. Wait, so Sophie, Rebel is your dad. Sorry. I don't think you can keep it a secret anymore.
It's just a running gag.
What's it like? What's it like being in a band with your dad?
mahirap pero masaya naman siya once ma-overcome na yung mga namin,
Trials and
band
tribulations.
conflicts, ganyan. Or sa composition, kasi madaming ideas, ayan. So, kailangan ng masinsinang usapan.
Mm. And Rebel, what's it like with Sophie as your vocalist? Di ba parang...
Mahirap din, no? Pero because I'm with a bunch of millennials,
Yeah.
no? Or several of them. But I'm a millennial, no? I feel like I am one of them. Anyways, it also goes to our composition. It helps, no? Because different backgrounds, different influences.
Yeah.
When we mix them together, we hope those are where the layers come from, right?
Yeah. So ano yung mga influences that come from you and then that come from the millennials? How do you bring that together?
Individually ba? Kasi iba-iba yung influences namin.
Mm.
Ako, Amy Winehouse, Fiona Apple, Alabama Shakes. How about you?
Sa akin, puro alternative, ganun, rock.
Mm.
Sa akin, variety.
With me, it's blues, but at the same time, effects heavy stuff.
Mm.
And of course, I'm always with the classic Led Zepp, AC/DC. No? So those are the influences.
Yeah, and somehow each of those influences find their way into your songs. That's so interesting. Like I can imagine kung paano yung mga songwriting sessions nyo. How does that go?
Usually, magbibigay ako ng song and then may melodies na, tas meron ng yung parts. And then they arrange it and then it turns into something completely different.
Mm.
Usually, maglalatag ng bassline si Ray and then may inspire na kami doon.
Yeah.
Tapos, ayun, okay
Wa-
naman.
Wala namang
Inspiring.
wala namang parang like what do you call that? Pag-aaway over like I want this way to happen because it's my way.
Actually, at first, may mga ganun kami. But ngayon, alam na namin kung ano yung mas gusto namin in terms of dynamics.
I guess after 2 years
Yeah.
together, na kapanyo na. I also understand all of you have day jobs. Why? Why start a band?
Well, you asked why we started a band or why do we still have day jobs?
Why did you start a band when you all have,
Yeah, well, I joined this band because I felt like I needed a little more color yes. Pinag-isipan ko yan. No. It's because, day jobs, 9 to 5, 9 to 6, or whatever it may be. There's still so much time left in the day that,
Yeah.
So, and I decided to do something I'm interested in, which is this.
So na-fulfill ba yung need mo for color?
Dark colors.
Yeah. But isn't it hard, like, for all of you to balance all of that? I mean, how do you...
Mahirap siya, pero worth it kapag na may mga kumakausap sa amin na may meaning daw sa kanila yung song namin. So parang that alone is naka-inspire.
Mm.
It's all worth it, no?
Or yung may gumagawa ng covers
Oh,
ng mga
yun.
songs namin.
And eventually, do you see yourselves doing this full-time?
Of course. Oh,
Claim it.
may commitment phobia. Joke lang.
But at the end of the day, it's wanting to get our music out there, no?
Yeah.
Sabi nga ni Sophie, we want the weirdos to listen, the people who can't sleep at night and no, questions existence and all that. And we want to reach them with our music. So yun lang talaga. Pag hindi ka passionate, tama ka. Why put up a band, no? Without kung walang passion.
Yeah. Right. So I guess to the people out there who want to form bands with day jobs, it comes down to passion. So we're heading into your first song for the night. This is a cover, Old Number 7 by Devil Makes 3. Why did you choose this song? What does it have to do with your music?
Because I think as a band, we like whiskey. So, yeah.
Okay, the song is about whiskey. Okay, simple as that. All right, let's hear it. This is Bita and the Botflies with Old Number 7.
I guess I grew up on an old dirt road. Pedal to the metal, always did what I was told. Till I found out that my brand new clothes, they came second hand from the rich kids next door. When I grew up fast, I guess I grew up mean. 1,000 things inside my head, I wish I could see. Now I just wander through a real bad dream, feeling like I'm coming apart at the seams. And baby, thank you, Jack Daniels, Old Number 7. Tennessee whiskey, got me drinking in heaven. And I'll be the bottle never runs dry, and you never wake up with those tears in your eyes. Thank you, Jack Daniels, Old Number 7. Tennessee whiskey, got me drinking in heaven. And I know I can't stay here too long, 'cause I can't go a week without doing wrong.
Old
Without
Number 7.
doing wrong.
Drinking in
Without
heaven
doing
and
wrong. Oh, without doing wrong. So I'm sitting as the bar stool, it starts to grow roots. I'm feeling like an old worn out pair of shoes. Tell me what is it that I should do when I'm swimming in the liquor only halfway through. So I'm watching as his wings spread as wide as they be. Come in now and wrap them around me, 'cause all I wanna do now is fall asleep. Come in now and lay next to me. Oh baby, thank you, Jack Daniels,
Old Number 7.
Tennessee whiskey, got me
Drinking in heaven and
I'll be the bottle never runs dry, and you never wake up with those tears in your eyes. Thank you, Jack Daniels, Old 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven. And I know I can't stay here too long, 'cause I can't go a week without doing it wrong.
Old number
Without
7,
doing it wrong.
drinking in heaven. And
Oh,
old number 7.
thank you, Jack Daniels. Old number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven. And I know I can't stay here too long. They're gonna have to deport me to the fiery deep. So baby, thank you, Jack Daniels. Old number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven. And I'm up here the bottom, never runs dry. And you never wake up.
Tears in your old number 7.
Drinking in heaven. Old number 7. Drinking in heaven.
So if you guys are just catching up, that was Bita and the Botflies with their first song for the night. It's a cover of a song by Devil Makes 3, Old Number 7. So ngayon lang nag-register sa akin na Jack Daniels, Tennessee Whiskey. Duh. Okay, so earlier we were talking about how all of you have your own separate influences. I mean, like classic rock, Amy Winehouse, and all that, and it all comes together in your music. I guess that's what makes your songs unique, your music unique, and as the people will find out later, it's very distinct nga. But how did you decide to, I mean, come out? Was it a conscious decision to have this distinct sound, or yun nga, it just came out?
I think it just came out. I don't think we sat down and decided, oh, ako classic rock, ako. Ano." It just happened, and whenever magsa-songwriting session, since it's a bit of a free-form thing,
Yeah.
someone suggests something, then someone suggests something, tapos we try to make it work because we want yung influences namin there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like, I don't know how it is for, I mean, you guys are songwriters, but is there pressure to sound the same? To have a signature sound? Like, I want my songs to have the same style and stuff like that. Is there that pressure?
Yeah.
Actually, ang singer-songwriter is si Sophie.
Okay.
And then the band arranges as a whole, no? Nag-start siguro ang unang first two songs ang madaming away, no? So the process was so really difficult. So doon namin nalaman na creepy yung ending na sound. It was unintended.
Okay.
But we loved it anyway.
And Sophie, saan nanggagaling yung creepiness na yun?
Siguro, bukod sa personal experiences, yung mga experience ng friends ko. Tapos, films, ganyan. Basically, kahit ano, nakaka-inspire.
Yeah. And even your subject matter is also, I guess, disturbing in a way because you really take on yung mga topics that, people would rather bury. So why decide to put that in your music?
Maybe it's a form of parang therapy, I guess. Kapag nakakasulat ako ng something I'm proud of. Tapos sila din, pag proud din sila, ayun.
And your next song is
Tagu-taguan.
Tagu-taguan, it's an example of one of these songs that you are proud of. Can you tell us about the story behind the song?
It's a song about infidelity. Tapos, we'd like to think na ito yung adult version ng childhood game na tagu-taguan.
Okay. Interesting. Right, let's hear it. This is Bita and the Botflies with Tagu-taguan.
Sabi niya, okay lang sa akin maging pangalawa. Sabi niya, magaling naman akong maglago. Kahit mukhang gago. Tagu-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Nag-aalangan, naglililangan. Langit at lupa'y ginapang ko na hindi papalit makukuha. Sabi mo naman, magkita tayo alas 12. Sangkali sa Cubao, sandali na lang. Naghahanap lang ng tiyempo sa kanyang himbing. Iescapo. Dahan-dahan, humahakbang, lumulundag yung pusong nang aahas. Tagu-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Nag-aalangan at naglililangan. Langit at lupa'y ginapang ko na pag-isip ko, wala na sa tabi. Sinundan ko yung mga bakas. Natatnaang magkahalikan. Dinukot kong balisong. La 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 la. Tagu-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Nag-aalangan, naglililangan. Tagu-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Nag-aalangan, naglililangan. Langit at lupa'y ginapang ko na sa wakas. Nahuli ka.
So if you're just tuning in, that was Bita and the Botflies with their song Tagu-taguan. And I believe this is also out on Spotify if you guys want to give it a listen. I'm just wondering, Sophie, like ako yung nako-concern for you. Like these songs are very, I mean, mature subject matter. Like, you know, it's about infidelity, this one. How does that feel when you have to like present it to your dad? Isn't that
Actually, wala naman siyang negative reaction sa mga topics. Kasi
Right.
siguro trip din niya yung mga ganong klase.
Do you agree, Rebel?
She was saying I was partly responsible and an inspiration for the song.
Siya nagsabi
Okay.
nun.
So, no problems in that area.
Wala naman.
And you, like we mentioned earlier, you take sensitive issues and you talk about it in your music. How has the response been from the people?
Surprisingly good. Receptive naman sila dun sa topics and the way we approached the themes. Ganyan.
Yeah. I'm just curious, has there been like a different interpretation of the song na parang, no, that wasn't the message that we intended, but
In terms of intention versus...
yeah,
ano,
yeah, yeah.
Well, intentional fallacy. When it comes to the work that we do, how people perceive it is sometimes different from how other people perceive it, and their reading is just as valid, I think. Pero surprisingly, I have people end up liking our material
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Which of your songs has gotten the most interesting reactions? Yung parang sobrang unexpected.
SKI.
Yung sisikat ka iha.
Yeah. Which we will hear later on.
Yeah.
But like what did people say that surprised you?
People called us members of the Illuminati.
Wild. So for the record, are you members of the Illuminati?
No. Not yet.
Noted.
Hindi pa
noted.
na-approve yung application. So
Okay. Talaga? Saan ang galing yung Illuminati? So how do you shoot down stuff like that? Or you just let it...
I don't think we responded to that at all. No?
Okay lang
Yeah.
naman.
Yeah.
Valid din naman yun sa yung opinion nila.
Okay. But just for the record, na-reject yung application.
Dibil.
Yeah. So, your next song for us is Chop Chop Blues. Is this gonna be part, I'm just curious, is this and Tagu-Taguan and Sisikat Ka Iya, are they gonna be part of an album? Because they all have like very similar themes.
Yes. We're working on yung first album namin.
Yeah. And these 3 songs
Yes,
will be
kasali
part
na
of
siya.
it. So what is the story behind Chop Chop Blues naman?
It's about betrayal. And then mutilating your ex-lover who's played you so many times.
It
Parang
gets
ganun.
darker.
Pero I guess inspired siya by crime documentaries.
Okay.
So it's purely fictional.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
Okay, this is Bita and the Botflies with Chop Chop Blues.
I remember clearly, blood red sky, drenched in rain, and an overwhelming gravy. You play unfairly in your eyes, light of hand. So now you're paying. I know that your life you gave is twisted. Oh, I know that you lied to make their hearts bleed. I know that you lied to hunt for your prey. So now I'm doing the same. Just groove to my records. No, don't be fine. So will skin you under the chin from being too weird. Your face like a souvenir. This way, you're always with me, just like you said. 'Cause you'll be under my ground and you can't run away from me.
So that was Bita and the Botflies with Chop Chop Blues. If you think the title sounds dark, that's because the song is very dark. So we're getting some questions in from social media. And there is someone named Eliza Morales who is a very big fan. Kilala niyo ba siya? No. Sabi niyo kasi kay Sophie, can I have a shout out please? I love you, Sophie. Cry emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Sigawan mo daw.
Eliza.
Eliza, hi Eliza.
So she's a fan. And she's also asking, do you guys have some unreleased songs? If meron, may chance ba masali sa album?
Masasali definitely sa album, pero hindi pa namin sila nilalabas.
We played
Cooking pa.
We played them live though, yung unreleased stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, at least one of that.
So if people want to hear these unreleased songs, they should go see you at gigs. I was actually wondering, because it's different, I mean with every band, it's different to listen to them online versus seeing them play live. What's the experience like for you when you guys are playing live?
What is the experience like playing live? It's always fun. We've played places that are packed. We've also played at places that are empty. And both are equally fun, actually.
So how do you handle it when the place is empty? Parang,
Tinitreat na lang namin as practice yun.
Or nagmumura, wala lang.
War feature.
Oh, yeah.
we have more questions. John Yuzon is asking, do you think good instruments and gear are really important as a band, or you guys just don't really care about this stuff?
I like our gear. Well, no, it matters to a point, I think. I mean, you can buy the most high-end guitar, but if you don't put the hours into it. But at the same time, if you do put in the hours and then you get a guitar na yung action ganto kataas, I mean, that's just difficult to play. It's a marriage of both things, I think.
Right. So good instruments will only work if
If you practice.
if you practice. That's true for everything, I guess. And Eliza Morales again, your fan, is asking, do you guys want to try another genre?
Polka.
Definitely, pero siguro ngayon we're sticking to around the same area of what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Refining our craft.
Yeah. Siguro in the future may mga fusion songs na ilalabas. Let's see where it goes. So you guys now have three songs out on Spotify. You have an album in the works. You have music videos. What else is in store for you guys?
Well, we're shooting a music video. It will be released soon. Yeah, so it's shows, and we'll try to write more songs. Yeah.
For which song yung music video that you're shooting?
Can we? Can we?
Chop
That's
Chop
okay.
Blues siya.
Okay, so the song that they just played, they're shooting a music video. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine what that music video is gonna be like. Please don't mutilate any ex-lovers in the video. Aside from that, where can people find you? Where do you gig often?
Usually sa Giho, and sa July. when's
Well,
our
first
next
tonight.
gig? For tonight, we're
Yeah.
at Moe's,
Okay.
Matalino Street. And then on July 28th, we'll be at Tomato Cake. sa
Tomato
Tomas
Cake.
Morato.
Okay.
And by the way, this is our first time we did an acoustic
Yeah.
with the bass set. Usually we sound noisier, louder
Right.
with the electric gear and on.
Now we're just annoying.
Now we're just simply annoying. You know? Pero usually mas electric talaga.
Okay. So for the full experience, talagang live is the way to go. Okay. And you guys are also on Spotify or on Facebook,
Twitter,
Twitter, Bita and the
Instagram.
Botflies.
Actually, easily searchable naman siya.
Okay, so
Have it memorized.
that's where you can find them if you enjoyed this live jam. They're online. They'll be at Mo's later, diba? Mo's and Tomato Kick. And yeah, stay tuned for their future gigs. So we're heading into your last song for the night. This one you mentioned earlier, Sisikat Ka Iha, was the song that made people believe you were Illuminati. It's a very disturbing song when you listen to it. Can you tell us more about the lyrics and where
I
it came
guess
from?
we wanted to explore the feeling of women who feel like they're not in control of their lives. Maybe women who were exploited and misled into something terrible. And ayun, yung gusto naming pahiwatig dun sa kanta is yung feeling of being trapped and
Yeah.
parang the man pushing you down.
Yeah. Why did you decide to tell it through the voice of the exploiter?
Because I think it makes it sound ridiculous, parang na sobrang ganun ka radical yung sexism and objectification. So I think that would drive the point better.
Yeah. So aside from being called Illuminati, what were the reactions to this song that you've heard? And did you get the message across?
Well, a lot of people actually like it. Mostly people call us yun nga, members of the Illuminati because of what the music video looks like, because of the demonic imagery and whatnot. But if the people who say that the song is disturbing, I agree with them completely. I mean, that's the point. Exploitation is disturbing.
Yeah.
Being trapped somewhere is a disturbing experience, and that's what we tried to convey.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. I guess it's time to hear the song. This is Bita and the Botflies with their last song for the night, Sisikat Ka Iha. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Halika na, pirma ng kontrata. Isukong sarili, huwag nang babalik. Sisikat ka, iha.
you. Thank you, Rappler.